my canvas in half and also indicate the center of the canvas, the edge of the table. Farthest from us is located almost at the middle of the canvas. I draw a line horizontally, not trying to make it perfectly straight. There will be many horizontal parallel lines here, so if you have doubts, you can use a ruler. Now I place a small plate with plums on the table and I start arranging them, one by one. This is how we roughly outline one, then the second, and here, another plum. It's starting to creep a little beyond my mark. Well, that's fine. No more, no less. And this is just a little here. I have marked the middle of the canvas, a bit past the center. Another plum. Now I have depicted the plums that I see in their entirety. I start with the background. I take the largest brush, the same brown color. I add a little indigo to it and just a bit of oil. With thick, juicy strokes. Thick in the sense that I apply a lot of paint. It's better to always erase the excess than to be left with an unfinished, unconvincing, semi-transparent background. If the paint has run out, there's no need to smear the last bit. I'll add a little bit of madder. In the area where the plums are more purple-blue, I will add a bit of reddish to the background. Here the background is more brown, like coffee. Around the plums I will make a slightly lighter color, brown, a touch of carmine, a touch of indigo, and just a little bit of white, applying the paint with broad strokes, like this, in a good thick layer. And now we move on to the fruits. I start mixing colors for the plums, carmine, ultramarine, and I will add this one. The color is called Blue FC. I apply the shadows with direct strokes. Here, the plum should be darker than the background. The plum is more red here, and I will add a little bit of purple right here, a few spots. Now I will add a bit more redness. I add more carmine of the same color and continue with the shadows, leaving a little triangle of light here, so that the fruits don't blend together. This way, I try to ensure that the main shadows are already laid down. Now we need the terracotta color, carmine. I mix it with orange and those plums that are red. The interest here is in not making all the plums the same color. So now I am starting to gradually separate them by color. Here, a little over the purple. Here too, over the purple. It results in a completely different color. Now, shadows must be placed between the plums and on the table. I lay a shadow of brown with indigo horizontally under the plums so that the plate doesn't stick to the table. Here I have the edge of the plate, and here I finish the shadow. And here too is the shadow, all the way to the edge of the canvas. And I continue to apply lighter shades for the leaves. I mix green with brown and a touch of indigo. This creates a dark green color. I'm not trying to paint each individual leaf right now. I look and squint my eyes slightly. All the dark spots on the leaves above the plums are here. This is how I create partially painted fragments here and there. I gently wipe a bit of the background like this and continue to shape a sharper tip right here. So don't be afraid if you need to wipe or even rub the background somewhere. It's really not a problem at all, in any way. And I continue with the plums. Here is a terracotta color. I have carmine mixed with orange, a bit more carmine, a little bit of white. This is the top color. And I start to highlight where I have light. For the more violet tones, I use carmine, blue FC, and a little bit of white. This is not the bricky color yet. This is the base color. The bricky color will be on top. The table is shaded. A drop of indigo, a drop of orange. The darkest shadow will be right here. I will make the table a little lower, so that the fruits lie more freely on it. Here, we will make the corner a little lower with the same color. It is very similar to the color we started the background with such a semi-dry brush. Variety, so that there is a hint of color. Now I take yellow ochre, or you can take yellow ochre and mix it with orange. This creates a juicy golden color. And here, between the plums, I have yellow ochre, which is usually more liquid, so I don't even add oil to it. All ochres are very transparent paints, so when oil is added to them, it becomes quite difficult to achieve a rich color. This is such a really wonderful piece of work. I hope you enjoyed it. I wish you further creative success and see you again. This was the School of Creativity.